So before I start this, I wanted to say something about the fact that we all might die before before the year's over. And this isn't going to be coherent or even sympathetic because I'm neither of those two things. So I'm sorry, but I don't really have any specific way to feel about this, not because it's not an important situation, but because I don't feel things in general. Like I said before, I'm an emotionless black hole. So, while there are presumably people that I care about, including me, mainly me, along with other people, I guess, I can't really fake feeling things about it, but I also don't think I should because, well, presumably I respect all of you too much to do that. So I'm kind of just gonna go based off of my own emotional abilities, which, granted, aren't much, but, you know, there's really nothing anyone can do about that. So, yeah, what I'm about, and that's really the long and short of it. I mean, it sucks, but there's nothing really else that I have to say about it. Not because, like I said, not because it's not a thing, but because I have the emotional range of a rock. And at the end of the day, the furthest I've thought about this is I really just want to see the end of One Piece before anything actually happens. And that may make me seem like an emotionless monster, but I am, so, you know, there's nothing I can really do about that. But I'm not gonna lie to you about it because, well, I would say I respect you all too much, but that sounds sappy, and I also don't want to, so I'm not. But if I was lying to you, that's what I would say. I would say that I have too much respect for all of you to do that. But that's really it. I lost my train of thought, so I'm just gonna stop talking and go to the questions because I don't really care. It's just someone asked me about it already, and my response was, "It is not my problem yet." Which, again, for the record, like I said before, being president is a terrible job, and I technically don't want it, but at the same time, if by some miracle I win, I will definitely want to be president. Alright. I can't think of a segue, so I'm just gonna. I guess I already missed my segue. Whatever, that's not the point. I'm just gonna go to the next. I'm just gonna answer the questions and act like I know what I'm doing. Uh, I don't know. I just picked a random place, so I don't know if this is actually the from the questions last time or not. What was your most recent lie? I don't know. It's not that I lie too much. It's just that I only lie when the answer isn't relevant to me or interesting. When I don't want to talk to people, that's when I lie. I don't lie to get out of bad situations because I don't care about bad situations. I lie when I don't want to talk to someone. So, I don't know when the last time I lied was because that conversation and or that person didn't mean enough for me to continue the conversation. When was the last time you immediately regretted something you said? The last time I regretted something that I said, I don't know. I don't really regret things that I say. I don't really regret things. But it was been something in high school. Because that was when the first time that I realized that I was like this. So I think at that point, I might have regretted something that I said, and then I realized that I didn't, and then I thought that that was weird. I mean, I don't know the situation, but that's probably what happened. This next question is, what's your back in my day Wii story? Oh, I don't have one of those. I hated back in my day. I hated growing up with the kids that I grew up with. I mean, I liked my friends, but I hated the youth of my youth. So, I don't really have a back in my day Wii, because I hated growing up in the 90s, because the 90s sucked. The clothes were awful. I hated the plots of the movies. The comedy didn't really mean anything to me. And, well, I hated the music then too. So, I don't have it back in my day. Because I always hate the current time that I'm in. Because I hate everything and I hate everybody. So, it doesn't mean anything to me. I will never be one of those doddering old people saying you kids don't know how good you have it because back in my day. I hated growing up in my age. I hate growing up now. I'll probably hate growing up in the future, and I definitely would have hated growing up in the past. Next question. If you could know the truth behind every conspiracy, but you would instantly die if you hinted that you knew the truth, would you want to know? Oh, absolutely. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this exclusively to find out about all the random conspiracies that I can. I mean, maybe I'll die from it, but if someone kills me, that just validates what I was doing. I'll either have actually learned what happened, or I'll have known that I was right in doing this to begin with. So, either way, I was right. And that's really all that matters to me, is knowing that I was right, because I'm a selfish jerk. If you were given 1,000 acres of land that you didn't need to pay taxes on, but couldn't sell, what would you do with it? I mean, set up my cult. I mean, I don't mean exactly. I don't know, start a farm? I guess technically I would start a farm and then build my cult around the farm. Yeah, I mean, yeah. What about the opposite sex confuses you the most? I'm not really equipped to answer that because there's a bunch of stuff that confuses me about my sex. I don't know anything about people like interpersonally, and I really don't get people like that in general, regardless. So, no, nothing. I grew up in a house with women, so it's emotional stuff, but I don't get emotional stuff with guys either. So, everything. Technically everything. Everything about women confuse me. Everything about men confuse me. And everything in between confuse me. But that's because I don't get emotions, so, If you could hack into any one computer, which computer would you choose? Disney's computer. I don't know what that means. The CEO? I don't know what the CEO's Disney name is, even though that bastard is everywhere. But I don't know. But Disney's computer. I don't know why, but I feel like if I hack into Disney's computer, I'd be able to find out a bunch of awesome things. Good or not, I don't know, but they would be awesome. Do you think that humans will ever be able to live together in harmony? No. Because humans are jerks to each other by nature, because people want to be different, but there are also other people that want you to be the same as everyone else. And besides, that's what we're dealing with right now, but besides that, as long as time exists, someone will be able to figure out how to take advantage of the system. A utopia is only going to be a utopia until one person figures out a way to gain a foothold over someone else. And you can say that that won't happen in a real utopia, but I also believe that that's absolutely not true. So, no, I don't think people will ever be able to live in harmony. Unless they're all dead. Then they'll all be harmonious. Unless they're zombies. And then again, they still might not be harmonious. I don't know. If you had to disappear and start a whole new life, what would you want your new life to look like? I think I would just be a traveling salesman. I don't know what I would sell, but I feel like it's such a non-existent job that I'd be able to somehow pull it off successfully and just stay out of reach of whoever's trying to track me down. What's the longest rabbit hole you've been down? Like on the internet? I don't know, because I go down those a lot. I go down those a lot. God, that's how this started. Wow. It's... Alright, apparently this might be a rabbit hole of my own design from a thought that I had when I was like in college. So, this, I guess. What qualities do all your friends have in common? Nothing. Yeah. All my friends are generally different because I only really talk to people based off of certain circumstances. Because I only like talking to people that I can learn things from about, well, people in general. So if I already know someone who's a general way, I usually won't talk to other people like that. So, for the most part, all of my friends are generally unique. I mean, there might be some people that are like the others, but that's pretty coincidental. Or it's because they were friends also, and then we became friends. I guess no. Because the ability to talk to me doesn't really count, because some of them can't do that either. So never mind. I thought I had something there. Which apocalyptic dystopia do you think is most likely? Well, obviously it'll be nuclear. Nuclear? I've just realized I'm not sure which way I say that. Anyway. What would the adult version of an ice cream truck sell, and what song would it play? I think the adult version of an ice cream truck is called an ice cream truck. Because if I want ice cream out of a truck on summer, then I will get a goddamn ice cream out of a truck in summer. And you can shut the hell up about that. But I guess technically it would be a truck that sells slushies with liquor in them, I guess. When was the most inappropriate time you busted out in laughter? I used to do that in school. I don't know why, but it was just, I had this weird tick that I would just laugh randomly. And that's also kind of one of the reasons that made people think I was kind of off. I mean, I am, but that was just another thing in it. So, you know. What would be an accurate tagline for each month? What? I mean, it's just a countdown, right? You know, blank months until the next blank months until whatever. I'm not a spokesman. I'm not a writer. I don't know. I can't come up with taglines for each month. It's weird, honestly. What's fine in small numbers but terrifying in large numbers? Babies. because again, everyone, you know, looking at one baby is fine, but I guarantee you, if like just 1,000 babies started crawling down the street, something would be terribly wrong, and everyone would be freaked out. Or they wouldn't be, and that would, in its own way, be weird and unsettling. So, yeah. Let's see. What animal would you most like to eat? I've never thought about that. Well, no, that's not true. I have. I think about that a lot. I think about that a lot. Lion, but why do I think about that so much? Huh. But yeah, I want to eat a lion. I mean, I get that they're endangered, so it's not like I'm gonna look for a lion. But if the situation came up and I was asked, then it would probably be a lion. I think this is gonna be the last one. If you lived in a virtual reality world of your own creation, what would it look like? Okay, that's like a weird design question, which I honestly don't have the time to go into because I think about that way too much, and no one here, including myself, has time to explain that. So, I'm just gonna. It would be like a fantasy type world. It'd just be like a fantasy world. And, you know, with magic and stuff, because I don't have time to go into this. Alright, well, that's that. I'm just gonna, I don't know, go lie on the ground and stare at the ceiling and hope that I drift in the subspace and somehow awaken as a deity. I don't know. Who the hell cares? See ya.